What's going on, Facebook? Honestly, I don't know what's going on with my iPad, but this week I'm determined not to be discouraged and to get this out. Clearly, for some odd reason, anytime that I do an episode with inspiration or information, it always somehow, some way, I always lose connection to something. So, but I'm determined this week to get it out. So, if I got to quit playing the game and talk to you directly on my phone, I'm going to do that. We already got the information part out about True 100, why we do it. So hopefully that uploaded itself to Facebook and you can go back and watch, the information parts on True 100. The inspiration part is, like I said, I wanted you to be inspirational because we don't have enough of podcasts and shows that are trying to inspire people. Outside of the Christianity thing or outside of, religion based, you really don't have a lot of people. I mean, you do and you don't. You don't really have a lot of people that's trying to inspire the next generation or just people to continue to go on in their everyday lives. Here at True 100, that's something that we want to do. We laugh, we joke, we play, but at the same time, we want to inspire you guys to do, to be able to continue. Life is kind of a sucky thing. Life is a good thing, but life is a sucky thing. Simply for the fact because a lot of times it doesn't go the way that you plan it. A lot of stuff that you want to do, you don't really get the opportunity to do, or you don't have the ability to do. And when I say ability to do, it's like according to their standards. I don't ever doubt the ability of people. We are resilient. We are folk who, as time goes, we get better. We try to figure out if we can't do it this way, then we have tried to figure out another way that we can do it. And so according to the standards that a lot of the different businesses set, a lot of us don't have the ability according to their standards. And it sucks, especially in a world to where we're so connected and able to learn whatever it is that we need to at any point in time. A lot of different people are going back to college. A lot of people are studying stuff on internet. A lot of people are just getting out there and experiencing and learning it and just learning from each other. And it sucks that because you don't have one credential or you don't have the time or you don't have this or whatever that's on their list of requirements, you're not able to do it. So you kind of fall in this rut. You fall in this rut of just being able to make it, or you fall into this rut of just being able to get by. And sometimes it sucks because after a while, when your mentality is, well, I'm just getting by, it kind of breaks you down. It kind of literally kind of destroys you a little bit because it's like, this is all I'm capable of. This is all that I'm focused on, and it's just getting by. Honestly, we got to get out of that mindset. We got to get out of the mindset of just getting by. We're just surviving. We're just making it. We're just getting over enough to pay the bills or whatever. Are we really happy? Well, no, not really, because we can't afford to necessarily be happy because in this economy, in this world, we don't really have a lot that's out there able to put us over, or we're not really able to do what we want to do and be happy. That's a lie. I inspire everybody to go out here and do something that you love. Get into what it is that you care about. Get into it and find you something that's going to make you happy. Trust me, I know what it's like to wake up every day and go do a job that you do not like. To get up and go be somewhere that you really don't want to be, and your passion is somewhere else. I know what that's like. I'm with y'all. You feel? I do it every single day. To wake up and go just do a job. I do True 100 because honestly, it makes me feel better about something that I'm doing. I love TCOM. I love telecommunications. I love being on radio. I love being on video. I love being on the stage. I love entertaining. Like, that's just who I am. That's always been who I was. So to wake up and not being able to do that every single day for a job, or just for my career, it sucks. But that's why I love doing True 100, because this gives me the ability to do what I love in some aspect, to give back and be who I am. When you go into these jobs, we have to put on, masks. We have to put on, we have to basically put on a costume to go into work sometimes. Because if you're not doing what you love, and you're not doing what you want to do, that's what you're doing. You're just going in there to do a job. You know, you're going in there, you put on your corporate face, you do your fake smiles, you do your fake cheeses and stuff like that, and you do what you have to do for 8, 10, or 12 hours to get a check and go home. And then when you get home, you got to peel off all of this. You got to peel off this mask. You got to peel off this costume and then become who you are. And for some people, people just sit here and say, oh, well, that's just a part of the aspect. That's just what we have to do. But not always. When you, I say, it's nothing greater than being able to do what you want to do and being able to have that ability. We as people, we have to get out of this I'm just surviving mode. We have to do this. We have to get out of putting on a costume. We have to come into a point, into a place to where we are who we are. There's no costume. There's no nothing. And I know sometimes that's hard because you have to put on these costumes to make it into work. But we got to get out of this idea that we're just here. You know, that's how we get out of the rut. We got to inspire somebody, whether it's you inspiring yourself or whether it's somebody inspiring you. You got to find inspiration somewhere to say, hey, I want to do better. I want to be better. You know, that's how you make it out of. You got to continuously fight to get where you want. You cannot just settle. If you settle for just being, okay, hey, I'm cool, or hey, I'm just surviving, that's all you'll be able to do. You'll just be able to survive. You'll just be able just to be here. You're not really living when you're just surviving. That's why they're two different words. They have two different meanings. You scrounge to survive. You'll eat stuff that you say that you would never eat to survive. When you live, you're doing stuff not just that you need to do, but you're doing stuff that you want to do. You're having fun. You are actually waking up in the morning to be happy. You're finding happiness in what it is that you're doing. And that's something that a lot of people don't have. They don't have that ability to wake up and live, and that sucks. Because we live in a type of world to where everything is so competitive. And now that we have the president that we have, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, because every other day he's signing something that's just as dumb as the day before. And now that you have the whole you don't just have just this country watching what you're doing. You have an entire world watching what it is that you're doing now. And that's a scary thought that now everybody's watching what you're doing. And it's not just prohibiting us. Here is prohibiting them, which is going to start coming over here. But to even look beyond all of that is finding a way to be inspired. It's listening to a song that's going to inspire you. It's listening to a video that's going to inspire you. It's listening to somebody say, you can do it. It's listening to somebody say, hey, you have the abilities to do this. No, you don't have to be where you are. You can be out. You can be better. And I think a lot of people don't even believe that anymore. I don't even think a lot of people feel that they can be better. I think a lot of folks just feel like I am where I am because this is where I have to be. Or, well, they said I'll never be past this. Well, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the most knowledgeable. I'm not the most knowledgeable. I'm not the person with the best common sense. Oh, I don't look this good. Or I'm not able to do that. I don't have the fancy college degree. I don't have this. You have the ability to do anything. You have the ability. It's what do you want to do? I remember like my brother, I use my brother as a prime example. My brother, he didn't always know how to play the organ. My brother didn't always know how to play the bass. My brother didn't always know how to play all of the instruments and do the things that he did. But because it's something that he wanted to do, he buckled down and he learned how to do it. Now my brother can play whatever you put in his face. And if he really wants to learn how to play something different, he'll learn it. That's music to him. That's just how deep he is when it comes to music. He wants it. It's his passion. It's his driving force. And for us, we have to find that driving force. If you feel like with me, I'm entertainment. I can't just say I'm telecommunications. I'm entertainment. There's not a stage that I don't love being on. I've never met a mic that I didn't like speaking in front of. So that's my passion. That's what drives me. So when I get the opportunities to do it and to study it, and whether it's listening to records, whether it's listening on YouTube videos, whether it's watching a stand-up comedy routine, it's something that's going to drive me to be so much better than where I was the first time I stepped in front of a mic. And that's what it is. you have to find that inspiration. And if True 100 is that inspiration for you, then by all means, then we're greatly happy to be that inspiration. If we're not, then find it. It's out there. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. If that means going back to school, or if that even means going to school, you can do it. Don't ever think that you're too old. Don't ever think that you're too young to do something. Every day you get on Facebook, you see different videos. If you get past the World Star and all of the fighting videos and all that stuff, you see videos that inspire people all of the time. To where you see a person with no hands and just feet playing the bass. Or you see a guy with no hands playing the drums. Or you see somebody who's only 21 or 22 years old sitting on a city councilman, who's a councilman. Stuff that we thought could never happen. You see it done every day. You have to find the inspiration. You have to find it. And I'm going to be honest with you. We can sit here, people can sit here and try to inspire you all that they want to. But until you're able to take that inspiration and ball it up into do something, you'll never get out of where you are. And I understand there are some people who are happy being miserable. But you don't have to be that person. That's a choice. Being miserable, being unhappy, being a survivor, that's a choice to a certain point. Sometimes I don't want to say it's a choice. It's a happenstance. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's a circumstance to a certain point. After a while, it stops being circumstance and it starts being a mindset. Those are things that after a while, if you're just saying, "Oh, I'm just a survivor," and you accept that, that's when it becomes a choice. Situations and circumstances don't last and stay the same all of the time. After a while, it's your choice. It's you deciding to be just where you are. And I hate seeing our people, not just black people, people in general that accept the fact that I can never be anything more than what I am. That I can never do anything more than what I am. I can never, I can't get over this hump. Every mountain can be climbed. Every mountain can be moved. Everything can be done if you choose to do it. But you have to get off of your do nothing and do something. It's not going to change if you're just sitting here saying this is as good as it gets. I refuse to accept that. And at some point, if you want to be better, you have to refuse to accept that. If you can't, then you need to change your circle. Sometimes it's who you surround yourself with. It's who you choose to be around. If everybody around you is miserable, then it's probably a guarantee that you're going to be miserable too. That's probably why you can't get out of it. But if you change it to be around somebody that is actually trying to inspire you, that's trying to be helpful, that's trying to actually make a difference in your life, then by all means, those are the people you need to surround yourself with. And stop thinking that because people have something or people trying to inspire you to get something that they're looking down on you. Not everybody cares enough to look down on you. And I'll be honest with you, probably majority of people in this world do not care to look down at you. Some folk are just literally sitting here saying you lazy and you need to get your butt up and do something. That's not sitting here trying to talk down to you. That's sitting here trying to inspire you to get off your butt and do something. Because people on the outside looking in can probably see stuff just as different as you as a person being on the inside looking out. Sometimes those two people need to meet and have a conversation and say, okay, hey, how can we make this better? And I understand that some people, mindsets aren't there. Some people's minds are just negative and that's all that they got. But if you want better, you cannot be negative. You cannot just sit here and say, this is it. I'm going to just stay negative and then wonder why you can't get out of the situation. That's just not how this life works. You have to get up and you have to get out. You have to do this. So I inspire and I'll tell anybody who asks me, you got to fight. You cannot stop fighting. And I don't mean throwing hands. I mean, you got to keep fighting. You got to keep scratching to dig your way out of the hole. Sometimes life is going to throw you in a hole. Life is just like that. That's just how it is. Life is going to put you in certain places that you don't even understand or know how you got there. But you're there. And you're going to have to find a way to dig out. You might lose somebody that you care about. You might lose your job. You might I don't know. I don't know. Anything can happen. But once you're in that hole and that's the card that life dealt you, you got to learn how to play them. You got to learn how to turn a negative into a positive. You got to learn how to you got to learn how to take two tree branches and make those into climbing sticks, or make those into rings for a ladder, and make them steps to a step ladder. Something. You got to figure out how to do this. People can sit here and try to help you all you want to, but if you're not willing to help yourself, you'll never get out of it. You'll never be able to do anything. You can do whatever you set your mind to, and that's either going up or going down. Your neighborhood doesn't define who you are. It helps you. It either is going to help you be better or it's going to help you be worse. It's going to be a place that inspires you to get out of it, or it's going to be a place that inspires you to stay in it. That's with anything else. That's why I love when people say, well, I'm black and me being black gives me power. No, nah. I believe, look, I'm powerful not because I'm black, but I'm powerful because being black allowed me to face certain things that other folk don't face. So I got my power through the situations of me being black I've gone through. So a lot of people don't get turned away from jobs, but when you black or you're Hispanic or something like that, they do have racial discrimination. So that becomes a power to say, okay, hey, I'm going to go past this. I'm going to find a job that's going to look past me being black and make me stronger. It's just, and I'm going to get that job, and I'm going to show the other job that told me no because I'm black or I'm Latino or I'm Haitian or I'm this or I'm that or I don't speak English like this. I'm going to go find a job that's going to look past that. I'm going to kill it. And then when I go back and that other job that didn't hire me wants me, well, I'm going to tell them, nah, I'm cool. I'm good at where I'm at. That's what it is. It's inspiring. It's looking beyond and finding power, not just because you are something, but the situations that you go through because you are that thing. It's looking beyond it. I'm from this street, so that's all people look at me as. But in spite of the situations that I'm facing on this street, it's inspiring me to do and be better. It's finding little things to make big influence. Little things can make the biggest influences, and you have to find them. You have to figure this stuff out. And I put pressure on people to find and figure it out yourself, because at the end of the day, like I said 1,000 times in this video, nobody can make you. Nobody can put you over. I can try to literally throw you over the fence 30 times, but if you're not willing to go over, you're not going to go over. Certain stuff is going to knock you down. Certain stuff is going to lift you up. It's your choice. It's your choice to accept those things. It's your choice to let those things help you or hurt you. It's your choice. So I inspire everybody to go out and do and be better. If you don't know how to do that, find real people, because you have false better and you have real better. You have people that literally don't have crap. They ain't doing nothing. They got it the wrong way. They got to look over their shoulders, but you think that they're doing better. So you try to get involved with them, and then you find yourself in a deeper hole than what you ever could have imagined yourself in. And then you have people who are going through, who have been through, who have done so much, and that it is real. It's truly genuine. Not every day is going to be a happy day. Not every day is going to be an easy day. But that's life. That's when you're trying to be better. That's what better costs. Better costs you some sad days. It's going to cost you that. They're going to cost you some good days. It's just going to happen. But if you're willing to fight through it all, it gets better. If you're willing to do what it takes to be better, it gets better. So you have to find your better. And no, I'm not trying to say, and I know somebody can say, well, what if you want to be a better thug, or you want to be a better this, I want to be the best. Come on, folks. Be logical. Be better. Be good better. Find the good. When you do stuff, and I know, look, being a good person, God, Jesus, I know, it's one of the toughest lifestyles to live. It's one of the hardest things to do, and that's be okay, and that's be a good person, because people in this world look at being a good person, being a person that actually is trying to be less negative. I'm trying to think of the words to say, but a person that's trying to be better, the world looks at as weak. And it's sad that that's what it does. And I know a lot of people play on your niceness. A lot of people think that because you smile and all of this stuff, that you're not something else underneath. And that's not true. Sometimes the toughest person is the nicest person because everything bounces off. And because they know that they have that monster inside of them, but they keep it at bay, that's a strong person. So being good, being a good person, being a strong person, being a person that's able to shake off all of the negative is tough, but that's what makes you strong. That's how you get to better. And it sucks sometimes because it seems like you're just not getting there. It sucks because it seems like a lot of times you're just going through a lot of stuff and it doesn't seem like you're able to get over the hump. And it just seems like that sometimes. And I'm talking to myself because that's where I'm at, because it seems like you're just there. But you're trying to, but you know that there's something better. And as long as you know that there's something better and you're willing to fight to get to that better, that's how you get it. That's how you get to better. That's how you literally get over the hump to be better. So it's a fight. This life and being better is a fight, especially being right in the right way, doing stuff the right way, trying to get over and do stuff the right way. It's tough, but it's doable. It's manageable. And you're going to have to fight. And you got to be ready to let go of the negative people. You got to be ready to let go of the folk who are not for your good. You have to be ready to let go of all of the weights that's holding you down. If that means letting go of your past, if that means letting go of your present, you got to let some stuff go. Some stuff has just got to get thrown out of the window. Some stuff you just got to move on. Like, for instance, I was trying to do the podcast, with the iPad, and the iPad won't work. I'm losing connections left and right. But you got to inspire yourself to do this. So that means I got to do a True 100 every episode off of this phone and hold this mug for an hour and a half just to talk to y'all. Then that's what it is. You got to find a way to get around it. You got to find a way to get past the shortcomings. And that's what it is. Life is just going to throw punches. That's what it's meant to do. You're meant to go through stuff, but you got to figure out a way to get past the suffering. You got to find a way to get around the shortfalls. They don't last always. You feel being down doesn't last. You stay down because you choose. Like I said, and that's been the whole message. It's a choice. That's why I inspire people. I inspire people to really believe the direction that your life takes is a choice. It's how you choose. You get punched. And I love watching Rocky Balboa because he had the best freaking monologue ever. I don't know if he wrote it. I don't know who wrote it. But go watch Rocky Balboa when he's talking to Osama. Go YouTube Rocky Balboa speech. When he says, man, it's not about how many times you can hit, it's about how many times you can get hit and keep moving forward. Get knocked down, you get up and keep moving forward. How much stuff? Nobody's going to hit as hard as life. That was the best freaking monologue I've ever heard in my life. And I've never heard nobody literally outdo that monologue by Sylvester Stallone and Rocky Balboa. Because the truest thing, life is going to knock you down. And it's going to hit hard. Nothing is going to hit as hard as life. I don't care if you Christian. I don't care if you Muslim. I don't care if you Buddhist. I don't care if you atheist. I don't care what your religion is. You're going to have to go through things with that religion. You're going to have to go through things with your life. You have to go through things with everything, with people that you love, people that you care about. You're going to lose some, you'll gain some. You're going to go through it. That's life. It sucks and it's happy. It's good times, it's bad times. But it's how you move forward with them. It's how you choose to let stuff affect you. If you let bad affect you to the point to where you can't get out of it, then that's how you've chosen to let it affect you. But if bad happens and you choose to move forward and you choose to say, I'm going to take this pain, I'm going to take this hurt, and I'm going to turn it into something, which is a doable thing, then guess what? What should have been something that killed you literally made you stronger. It's finding little bitty ways to make it through. And it hurts. It's going to hurt you. It's going to break you at some points. But everything that's broken, it can be fixed. It can. When I'm talking about emotional, I'm talking about us as people. We get broken a lot. But if we choose to be healed, we're better. So that's what I'm saying. It's all on what it is you choose to do. It all depends on how you choose to let this life affect you. It all depends on how you choose to let this life make you or break you. That's your choice. And that's why I said I want to inspire people to understand that this is a choice. It's a choice in how you take everything. That's why I said True 100 is not PC. We are not a politically correct. We're not a politically correct webcast. Why? Because sometimes the politically correct way isn't always the right way. Because you have to step on somebody's toes to wake them up to really say, am I thinking in the right way? You have to smack somebody sometimes to wake them up. Sometimes throwing sugar on somebody is not going to wake them up and make them sweeter. It's not going to do that. Sometimes you have to smack somebody. Have you ever watched one of the movies and where somebody's going crazy and then they smack them and they come back? That's what you have to do sometimes. You have to say something that would literally offend somebody to make them think about what it is that you said. You have to say, you're wrong. Or you have to say, you know what? Nope, this isn't right. Or this is my way. This is just how I think it. This is how I look at it. Have you ever thought about this? Piss somebody off. Because believe it or not, when they come down, they might actually sit here and say, well, wait a minute. You know what? I didn't even think of it that way. It's going to make them ask themselves a question. Am I really where I say I am? Am I really as good as I think I am? And there's nothing wrong with making somebody think. Thinking is not illegal yet. I'm sure Donald Trump got something that's on the books that's coming, but it's not illegal yet. So you can take the time to really think, and I'm not saying doubt, I'm saying think. Malcolm X was one of the best profound speakers. He spoke on what it is he believed for years. But when he went to Mecca and he saw things and it made him question what it is he saw, he came back different. Think about all of the stuff that Malcolm X said, and he took that one pilgrimage and he found out, oh man, it's not what I thought. This isn't what I really thought that it was. It took something to smack him and wake him up to the reality that, dang, just because this is where it is in this world, or this is what I've seen, and this is what I believe, this is what I've been told, well, it's not really like that. It isn't really what I thought. He had to get smacked by something to wake him up. And that's what you have to do to certain people. Certain stuff is going to smack you and wake you up. That could be being PC. That could be being not PC. I take the non-PC approach a lot of the times because, well, people are too freaking sensitive these days. I don't know how to tiptoe. I'm too big for that. Like I'm too big for that. I don't know how to tiptoe anymore. I don't know how to do it. I know how to be softer and take softer approaches, but the non-PC works. And it's not to be disrespectful. And I tell people, you don't have to be disrespectful in the way that you wake somebody up, but you just have to wake them up. You can't be, non-PC and yet respectful. So it's a choice. That's the inspiration. It's a choice. What are you choosing to do? Where are you choosing to be in your life? Are you choosing to fight, or are you choosing just to lay down? Are you choosing to stand up? Are you choosing to keep pushing forward in the right direction? Or are you choosing to stand up and run in the wrong direction? It's your choice. At some point in this life, we all have to take accountability. We all have to stand up and say, this is my fault. This is what I did. I'm the person who chose to do this. Because what's funny is the person who refuses to do that, 9 out of 10 times, is the person that's going to continue to be in the same exact spot. Oh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault that life sucks. It's not my fault that I smoke weed. It's not my fault that I'm not doing this. It's not fault that I'm doing that. It's not my fault that all this stuff. Who was it? Yeah, well, I mean, I got in the car, but they were driving. Well, you didn't have to get in the car. At some point, it's on us. We have to take accountability. It's your choice to be better. It's your choice to keep moving. Whatever direction you feel. And some people are just misguided. And sometimes it's ignorance because you just don't know. But when you come into the knowledge of knowing that what you're doing is jacked up or something, and you still, well, no, it's not because it works for me. Well, then that's your choice. There are good consequences and there are bad ones. Your choices hinge upon that. Nobody can make you do anything. And I always love it. When nobody put a gun to your head, even with a gun to your head, you still got two choices. It's just one looks more favorable than the other. At what time? So I hope that everybody continues to watch True 100. I hope that something that was said was inspired. I hope that everybody finds whatever it is that they're looking for. And find it in the way that you're looking for it. I hope that sounds right and makes sense. Kind of came out funny, but okay. I know what it's like to wake up and not be happy. I know what it's like to wake up and not be satisfied with where your life is. Real talk, Adrian, man. Stand for something or die for nothing. Real talk. But I know what it's like. I said, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to wake up and just not be satisfied with the way that your life is going. And you keep trying to fight. You keep trying to move. You keep trying to get out of the quicksand, but it just seems like you're just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. I know what it feels like. Truth be told, I'll be honest with everybody. That's kind of where I am now. It's just like you're fighting to get better, and it's just nothing is working out. But deep down, you got to know you can't quit fighting. Like, I know if I quit fighting right now, I know for a fact that I'll drown. I know right now, things are tough. It's hard. It's like literally one of the worst feelings to wake up and know that you hate your job, but you still got to go because you got to pay bills. But you know that there's something better out there for you. You know that there's something that has your name on it. You know that there's a stamp on something that's just for you, and you got to keep fighting. It's the toughest thing in the world, but you got to keep fighting. And I know, and I'm talking about where like I said, I'm sharing it with y'all because that's where I'm at. And I know I'm not the only person that's there. That's just like, God, what do I do? How do I keep going? You just do. You find inspiration, and you gonna cry, you gonna complain, you gonna moan, you gonna do so much, but you gotta keep moving. That's why I play PS3 all of the time. I listen to records. My favorite records are Billie Holiday records. I just love her voice because she just relaxes you. I'm for real. Billie Holiday will literally soothe your soul. But I love listening to her records because no matter how down you get, no matter how bad you get, it's just like she helps push. So you have to find that thing that inspires you, that's going to calm you down, that's going to keep you moving, that's going to keep going. And of course, everybody knows God, of course. I don't want nobody to be like, well, what about God? Yes, God is the moving force. I know. Yes, I know. I know. But I'm talking about little things. I'm talking about the little things around you. Find your thing. If that is reading your Bible, if that's reading your scripture, if you're not a Christian and you're Muslim, if that's reading your Quran, if that's meditating, if that's whatever, please don't let it be drugs because it doesn't help. That's a whole nother thing. But, because sometimes I'm, escaping. There's a difference between trying to push through and escaping, which is something that probably should have been mentioned earlier. But, you can't always escape everything. You can't run away from everything. Some stuff, a lot of this stuff, you're just gonna have to battle. All of it, you're gonna have to battle. So I implore y'all, don't run away from it. Battle it, figure it out, and push through. But you have to find it. You have to find your way of pushing. You have to find your way of getting through. And it's going to be okay. It may not look like it is now, but it's going to be okay. It's just a test. It's just a place in time. So I hope everybody finds it. I hope that I find it. I hope that whatever has your name on it, whatever thing is stamped with your name on it, I hope that we all get it. I hope that we all find that happiness that honestly makes you want to get out of the bed, that makes you want to push on just that much more. I pray everybody find it. I pray that, like I said, I pray I find it. I pray that you guys find it. I pray that we all find happiness. I pray that we all find peace. I pray that we put an end to confusion. I hope that we all come together and help each other, because believe it or not, helping each other might be where all of our blessings lies, or helping somebody else get to somewhere. You never know. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I hope everybody got something out of it. That's the information and inspiration. Like I said, if you want to go back, hopefully the information part of True 100 got posted to Facebook. I'm about to clearly have to call my internet provider because something's going on. So, but much love, much peace, much joy to everybody. Next week, True 100, 12:30, same place, same time. Different subject. Shoot me a subject. Shoot me some stuff that you want us to talk about. And by all means, if I don't know it, I'll find out about it. Or I'll just be at, and you, if I take your title and if I take something that you want to talk about, y'all better watch this video, because I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to be asking you thousands of questions of what stuff I don't know. But like I said, keep shooting us, keep sending us your support. Let's make True 100 as big as we can get it. Let's make this thing go global. Let's make this thing real. Let's make this into something that everybody can be a part of. So, as again, me, your boy, AMA, I'm out. Much love. Everybody have a good